Welcome to this new live. Today we're going to talk about pain, and on my channel there will probably never be enough talks about pain. It's one of my main missions to talk about pain and explain pain to you in a way I understood it. Always when I talk about it, I'm gonna say things a bit differently, so they might resonate with you a bit differently. And yeah, like opening this topic and talking about it is necessary for this society, because we suppress our pain and then suddenly we come up with disease or accidents that surprise us. But pain has taught me so much, and I'm here to give it on and to help you understand your pain, because understanding it will be the biggest gift for you. Understanding it and learning how to work with it throughout your life is probably the only sustainable way, and that only can lead to healing yourself, healing your past, your trauma, your body, and allowing yourself to have everything in your life, because underneath the pain there is guidance, or the pain itself is guidance, it's concentrated intuition, and it can really guide you to everything in your life that you desire, whether it's a new relationship, healthy lifestyle habits, money, abundance, overall happiness in life. If you are experiencing pain, it will certainly be one of the places where to start, and it will certainly be the strongest guide, because manifestation into pain means that your emotions, your intuition, your natural abilities, your superpowers have been suppressed, and you are feeling through pain instead of shining your light and having it all by being. And by being, I mean doing in alignment with being, which means whatever you do throughout your day is aligned with you, feels good with you, and therefore pain doesn't have to originate. But you need to understand that any form of pain is a form of self-punishment. It's a coping mechanism. It's suppressing of what you truly feel, what you need to feel, what you want to feel. And that suppression leads to punishing yourself, because we are our biggest villain, our biggest punisher, and no one can punish us the way we can. But the good thing about it is that no one can also free us the way we can. No one can give us that feeling of freedom we're looking for, that feeling of being loved, that feeling of total happiness, joy, abundance. No one can give us that, but we can give that to ourselves. And through this, the rest of our lives, the other areas, they heal automatically. Through understanding the pain, through setting new healthy boundaries, through understanding your needs, what needs to be satisfied, because I talk about this a lot, about satisfying your needs. But if we don't know what the needs are, then it will be hard to satisfy them. There's a phone ringing, but it's okay. Anyway, so some of my notes to start it off. Every chronic pain is a form of self-punishment. I explain chronic pain. Chronic pain is a pain that repeats itself, that comes, visits you again, that you know it very well. It's saved in some part of your body. It can be menstruation pain, it can be migraines, it can be any form of pain that's repetitive, that revisits you. The opposite is instant pain, or not the opposite, but the other type of pain is instant pain, which means you hit yourself and you feel the pain. Obviously, all pain is illusion. All pain is a construct of your mind. If you believe it's supposed to hurt, it's gonna hurt. If you believe life is hard and it's supposed to hurt, it's gonna hurt. If you believe every day of your life must consist of pain, some form of pain, these are beliefs that we have, then it will. And this is what we manifest, because we manifest, we create into our lives what we believe. And you don't need to have pain anymore. This is a big message that I'm sending you. You don't need to have pain, but you must allow yourself not to have it. And you can understand it, you can learn through it, and you can let it go. Whenever it's accumulating itself, it's multiplying. I used to believe it's a normal part of my life because I grew up with pain. It was considered, let's say, normal and random, that it occurs without a reason and it just occurs and happens. Therefore, it's become an obstacle. It's become something where I trigger others with my pain, so I learned to suppress it very well. This is why, even though I'm on year 3 of the self-healing journey, I still do experience chronic pain, of course, because I have spent over 25 years manifesting pain and learning how to have pain in my life, subconsciously, obviously. It was a normal way, but in a situation where the pain gets so intense that you have to decide between life or death, that's very common, unfortunately, then I have decided to stay here, to change my life and follow the pain instead of suppressing it. And it has taught me a lot. It has enabled me to speak here in front of you and reach you wherever you are. And yeah, it has helped me build my confidence, build my healthy eating habits, healthy relationships, healthy money mindset, everything. It has changed everything for me. And step by step, I want to inspire you to do the same, or just guide you and maybe give you some hope that there is hope on the other side. And especially if no one else believes you that your pain is real and that it's as severe as it is. Trust me, I know it is severe, and you must consider it the way it is, and you must learn how to treat yourself so that there no longer needs to be pain. But obviously it carries with it some decisions and taking responsibility over your life and giving back the responsibility to others, allowing them to make mistakes, allowing them take care of themselves, allowing them to be who they are, and allowing yourself also to be who you are. And so pain is always here to teach you something, whether it's changing the position that I'm sitting in right now. I have had pain for 2 days non-stop now, and a whole night. It's sometimes occurs that I have a whole night of pain, and I have developed my sensitivity up to that point that when the pressure of nature and before rain pressure starts building up, I can feel it, and it obviously can result in pain. But it's not only that. I understand my pain in many levels, because it always builds up. It's never individual occurring thing. It always builds up, and we build it up with our subconscious patterns, with the way we work, with the way our reality works. We build it up, and then obviously it manifests. But we need to learn from our patterns, learn from our mind, to allow that release, to allow those days without pain. So I celebrate every day without pain, because my previous intensity was way higher than where I'm at now, and it was just not possible for me to cope with that amount of pain anymore, and that intensity and that frequency. And the way I led my lifestyle obviously wasn't the healthiest, and was building up that pain. With the releasing of that pain, we also need to learn to allow it be there, to accept it, that it's there, and it's a process. It's not an overnight solution. And something else, something like you matter, might be the inner core topics, that you matter the way you are, that you're enough the way you are. Those are some of the core topics where you should shine some light maybe, and consider how you have things and how you want them. And you have a right for everything you want. It's a natural right. You can attract everything you desire into your life, and you can start respecting yourself and your needs, even if it wasn't a concept before. And if you do not learn from your pain, you feed it with your energy, you let it to grow, and it can lead to disease of the body and big uncomfortableness. It's basically saving energy in some form, in some place in your body. And we don't want that. So we're learning how to release it and how to allow it to flow. And if you feel chronic pain, it's a signal that some of your mind beliefs are wrong, not that something is wrong with you. Okay, so this is important. Very important part of the self-healing journey is not identifying yourself with the pain, allowing it to be there, allowing it to learn, to teach you something, and not stepping into the cycle of identifying yourself with your pain and spiraling down the negative spiral that if you have pain, there's something wrong with you. Doesn't have to be a concept in your life like that. You're perfectly fine. I think most of us have unfortunately experience chronic pain, but it's not about experiencing chronic pain. It's about the approach we choose to it, if we choose to be honest about it, or if we choose to be triggered by it and suppress it. And especially, as I mentioned, if you've been suppressing it for years and years, even your whole life, you have become great at suppressing it. And when you let go, all the pain comes flooding in, because you have even learned how to not feel the pain, how to be immune to it, how to deny that it's even there. And once you start talking about it or start opening up about it, it's natural that it comes flooding in, because it finally has the attention. It finally has some focus on it, and it can come in and basically open itself to you. And we need to learn how to open it, how to welcome it, and how to understand all the messages that have been saved in it over the years. And especially connecting it to the mind when, for example, meditating is hard for us, when calming our mind is hard for us in the beginning. It is because all those unprocessed thoughts, all those unprocessed feelings are flooding to the surface. So all of them are relevant, and actually they are all here for you. Because if you close your eyes and focus on your breathing, and immediately you can't do it, you feel like you can't do it, you can't cope with the amount of stuff that's flooding in, the amount of even pain. Sometimes when we calm down, the amount of pain can start flooding in, or the amount of thoughts. That's perfectly normal, because over the years you have learned how to suppress all of it, how to have all of it there, but acting like it's not there. and it needs to come to the surface. It needs to all be suppressed. It needs to all be not suppressed, unsuppressed. It needs to all get that attention, and it needs to be opened, and it needs to be allowed to flow again. And so explaining pain in a different way, pain is tension and resistance. We learn how to react with tension because of fear. We learn how to tighten our jaw, for example. That relates to migraines also, because the amount of tension in our jaw is also the amount of tension in our vagina or female parts, and for example, that doesn't allow us to connect ourselves with the sacral energy, with the lively energy we host in our pelvis, in our female parts. And with that, again, the connection leads, for example, to migraines. Because pleasure and living pleasure in your life and allowing yourself and learning how to experience pleasure in your life is, for example, opposite of pain. And if we have denied ourselves pleasure, and if pleasure is not a concept, if we feel like we don't deserve pleasure or we have no time for pleasure, etc., then we probably manifest in pain instead of the pleasure. So look over your life and be honest with yourself. How much pleasure, how much joy, how much abundance are you actually feeling in your life? Because you have maybe learned to feel hard things instead. You have learned to believe life is hard and you must feel pain. And therefore it's the neutral state. It's the normal state. It's your normal to feel pain with every menstruation or with every new day or with every triggering person. You must understand that your starting point is a painful state. And you will only learn how to invite more relief into your life, more joy, how to learn how to have pleasure, how to learn how to understand your body, what it needs, what it wants, what it can do, what it's capable of, what you are capable of. This is about moving the limits of yourself, testing them, seeing what works for you, observing and learning along with the pain. And the opposite of pain is relief, which is release and flow. And this explains itself. And this is maybe something we haven't allowed ourselves to ever feel. Or maybe growing up, we have been so scared to express ourselves that we don't even know what relief feels like, what release feels like, what ease in situations feels like instead of tension. Because we have learned to close ourselves against anger, against something from the outside, some kind of scary thing to the neutral, natural child being. We have, through conditioning also, we have learned to be scared. And now it's our task, our topic, to learn how to trust life, to learn how to not to be scared, learn how to trust yourself, because you have learned how to create your pain and how to create tension in your body. You have learned how to be scared, how to be more scared, how to accumulate more fear into your life. Programmings like watching the news is a great example of learning and strengthening the foundation of fear in your life. But you can also choose consciously to build a foundation of trust. And migraine, for example, is not trusting life. It's a feeling where we must control life instead of trusting it. It's not a safe place, life, and We must grasp onto things and control them. We must grasp onto people and control them. Obviously, any grasping, only the way you say it, the way you feel the energy of those words, grasping and controlling, it leads to pain. It's the closing of the energy. And it's up to us, the lifestyle we chose, and the way we free ourselves or we close ourselves in fear, in constant patterns of pain. And the opposite of this is learning how to trust life, how to let go of the past and the worries about it, how to let go of the future and the worries about it, how to be in alignment and how to feel relief, how to feel trust, how to feel freedom, how to feel flow. And this will take you step by step by finding what possibility of freedom you have in your life. Where can you free yourself? Where can you allow the flow? Starting with little segments throughout your day, moving on to more and more, inviting more relief, relaxation, more nothingness even into your life, more doing nothing, because that maybe hasn't been a concept in your life before. So learning this and allowing yourself the time also to learn this. Okay, I'm taking it step by step. I'm gonna learn how to trust life, even if in the beginning I don't trust it at all. I can learn how to step by step trust it a little bit more, how to feel relief a bit more, how to practice feeling relief, whatever way that works for me, whether it's yoga exercise or stretching or breathing or meditation. How can I find what works for me but allows me to feel relief instead of pain? How can I practice this? Where can I start today with one thing of feeling relief or practicing awareness about my body, or even listening to my body? I can start listening to how does my body feel today in the beginning of the day or throughout the day. What does it feel like to be in my body? Where is the pain? And in that pain there are the answers. In that pain is that suppressed intuition. Okay, because not listening to your intuition and instead panicking and listening to fear is what strengthens the pain, is what suppresses that intuition. But how today, how can I let go of that fear? By doing less action, by reacting less, for example, and by being more. By being present with myself, by listening to my body, by listening what I truly want, truly need, by allowing myself to even think about what is it that I want to achieve, who do I want to become, really, a part of all the expectations of society, of all the needs I think I need right now, but with taking off all those roles that I have put up on myself of what I was expected to be, expected to become, who I was expected to be, and allowing yourself even to reflect on how would life be without pain? What would I be doing differently? And starting to do those things differently. What would I be doing if I could? And allowing yourself that possibility. I can, because you can do what you want. You can decide for yourself. You're free of that decision. This is what God gives us, is the freedom of choice to go the negative way or the positive way, or to stay neutral. This is the choice. This is the universe, however you want to call it. But this is where we choose which polarity we want to experience. We choose to experience pain, as harsh as it sounds, and we choose to experience relief. We choose to experience trust. We choose to learn how to allow yourself to trust life and remind yourself that you're okay. Give yourself everything you think you need, all that love you need, giving it to yourself. This is self-love, for example. Once you heal those wounds of love lack from maybe your childhood, you're the only one who can heal them, who can fill them back up. This is where you can forgive others for seemingly hurting yourself, only not giving you enough. Because once you are enough within yourself and you're satisfied with yourself, satisfied with life, then you can start trusting life. Then you can start trusting others. Then you can create magic. Then you can create the impossible in record time. The impossible that you didn't dare to think about was possible even for you before. Once you have conditioned yourself, once you have conditioned yourself to what is expected from you, what you think you need, to all those attachments you have created for yourself. We create our attachments. We create what we think we must do, what we need to do. What else? We create our to-do lists, how I was talking about it yesterday. We create our to-do lists. We are in charge. We are in charge of our energy. And again, as yesterday, no one is coming to give you the medal for the biggest pain feeling, unfortunately. And no one will even understand. No one is coming to understand your pain. No one is coming to understand how much it hurts. But you are here now, and you can come to understand. No one from the outside is coming to save you. You are the one that can only fully understand your pain, fully understand where it originates from. Why are you behaving this way? And why are you constantly adding to it? Why are you constantly creating it? And after you understand this, or at the same time, you can invite relief. You practice relief and more of what you actually want in your life instead of what you're experiencing now. It's about learning how to experience the things you want in your life with abundance. You need to practice abundance so that it multiplies, so that it is present in your life. Because everything is infinite. Everything's already present in your life. You have access to everything. You are connected to the unlimited source of abundance, of money, of relief, of whatever you desire. And it's only up to you how you start using your energy, how you start doing things instead of how you've been doing them until now. Because it's okay. You have learned it some certain way. You have learned how to do things a certain way. It has led you here. It has helped you survive until now. But now is the moment where you can choose a different way, where you can choose working on a different way, basically working with your energy differently and allowing yourself what you really want, allowing it inside your life. So I think that was quite powerful for pain today, and I'll see you again tomorrow in another live, again at 11 London UK time. And thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to the recording. And if you have any questions, let me know.